Hello guys, welcome back to a new makeup video. Tonight we're going out. Technically the clubs aren't open, but the bars are, and the restaurants. And this coming weekend I am going out with my girls for a big night out in Manchester. We're going for food, we're going for drinks, we're going shopping. We're genuinely ecstatic about this. So I thought, seeing as I haven't put on a really full glam face of makeup for the intention of a night out in a very long time, I thought I would do it on camera. This also reminds me a little bit of a makeup tutorial I did maybe 4 or 5 years ago, could be, in an old flat in London, and it was like my hangover makeup look, and it was so dewy and glowy, and I love it. I still love that video. Now and again I watch it just to remind myself of the products I used. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of that I've created. This just a very kind of glam night out look, but the kind of thing that's not going to take you forever to achieve, which I'll talk about later on in the video of why I've done it this way. I'll likely have my hair curled though on Saturday and much more bigger and more fancy, but today I just have it straight because this is the way it was. So sorry that my hair isn't perfection, but we're here for the makeup for this video. Before we get into this video, if you are brand new, please do hit the subscribe button just so you don't forget to later. It would be amazing to have you. But yeah, this is the look that I've created for my night out on Saturday. So if you like it, then just carry on watching. Gosh, I need to wake up my face a little bit. I'm feeling so... Okay, let's get going. I'm going to sanitize my hands because I've been playing with all the stuff. I'm just going to use the tea tree eucalyptus Aromatherapy Associates hand cleanser. I literally keep this on my desk now for every time that I start my makeup, especially in the current time. Good to be clean. Like I said, this is going to be my out makeup. What I'm going to wear next week with the girls. So this is like my trial run. I've already got my skincare on, but I'm just going to add one more layer of moisturizer. Just knowing what my face is like, the more moisture I put on it now, the better my makeup is going to look and like more dewy. So I'm going to kick off. This is the Aqua Gel, La Roche-Posay Hyaluronic Aqua Gel. It's a really lovely consistency, gel-like, and quenching for the skin, but it's a really nice layer overall. On top of that base, we're going to go glowy. So I'm going to go for the Dior Backstage Face and Body Glow. So this guy, you can mix it in with foundation, you can add it on its own. It's just these like super liquidy glow drops, but they make a fantastic, super dewy glowy base. Hell yeah, that's what we're going for. I want to look like I am beaming. I feel like I've not done this kind of makeup in years now, so let's just say expect a glow. I mean, you've already seen what I look like at the end, so that's what we're going for. Extreme glow. I mean, you can see my skin literally shining away. With the base, I want to try a technique that I haven't really done before, and it's the whole technique of placing products onto the face where they need to be without over layering them. So rather than doing a full base of foundation, then concealer, then contour, so you're building up all these layers, I want to kind of try what I've seen a lot of people do on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube, whereby they just kind of add the layers into the places they need to be and then blend it all in. So I'm going to give that a go, in which case I'm going to start with the darkest shade first. A lot of this tutorial is going to be full cream, so I'm starting with the Fenty Cream Bronzers Contours. This is Honey Glaze, so it is a little more deep and a richer tone, but like I said, going out, I'm not going for natural here. I want to go like I am out for the first time in years vibes. Right here to my cheeks. I genuinely have just never tried this technique before. Like adding product where it needs to be and not over layering, so I'm intrigued as to how this is going to go. Now I can see this looks like it's going to be quite orangey. I think when it's all blended, just give it a minute guys, just give it a minute. When it's all blended, I think it'll start to come together. So I've just got around the perimeters of my face. I will put a little bit over the bridge of my nose, along my jawbone, under my lip. Okay, yeah, happy with that. So that's that. I'm going to do the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Concealer. I don't know if you've seen much of this, but this is like a foundation concealer in one. Like if you're wanting really fantastic coverage, then I genuinely would recommend this. I mean, you'll see it in action now. It's got one of those huge doe foot applicators. I'm going to whack that straight. Well, I'm in shade Light 180. under there and up here, under there and up here. Cool. Maybe I should put a bit here, around there and on my nose. Yeah, that's a good idea for me actually. My nose doesn't hold product very well. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I should really have worn a primer. I'm just not used to wearing primers and it's not something I do often, so I'm just not gonna bother. Right, concealer. I'm then gonna go into the Banana Lowlighter from Rodial. Again, huge doe foot. This is even lighter though than the last one. I'm gonna put just a little bit kind of in this very inner section, give it a bit of light. And again, just a bit here, just a bit more. And I'm gonna put a little bit underneath the chin. That's a bit lighter than the Marc Jacobs, if you can see the two there together, it's quite a lot lighter. And then foundation, I'm gonna go with one of my favorites ever, still in my top 3 foundations ever, the bareMinerals BAREPRO. I've got Natural 11. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this, I'm gonna put this on my Sephora brush. And just apply that in the extra spaces that we've got left. This feels like such a bizarre way to do my makeup, like painting by numbers, but I just want to feel like I have slightly less makeup on. If I have to do that by drawing in the sections of the face that actually need the makeup, then maybe it's worth doing. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sponge it in. Got a brand new sponge. I need some product on it. One sec, let me go with this. Nice damp sponge, and we're gonna go for this now. Okay, let's blend this in. I'm gonna start with the lightest shades under my eyes. Oh my goodness, the wind right now. What is that? Oh my good lord. Can you hear that? That is a torrential downpour. Sorry if you can hear the rain. My skin is looking really nice, especially that concealer, because I've not packed it over a foundation. It's just allowing the concealer to work. So that's looking quite nice. Okay, cool. And we've still got the space left for a bit of this contour. So I think I'm just gonna go in with my brush and work that in, because it's already taken up this space nicely where it needs to be, but what's nice is that it's not sitting on top of anything else, it's just on top of my skin here. Just put in a little bit of nose contour, because why not? Just using a flat brush. And then I'm just going back to the blender and just, I don't know, just patting that kind of all in, blending it all together a little bit, all the different shades. And then we'll have a look and see where we are. Okay, I'm really liking it, guys. I'm really liking this effect. It's kind of flawless without being too heavy. I'm also going to show you this, by the way, in natural light, because it's one of the main pieces of feedback that I got from the last video. Thanks again, by the way, for all the feedback you gave me. We literally, Rebecca made a full list of all the different comments and feedback and kind of tallied them so we could kind of make changes and work on kind of the formula really for this. So thank you so much. Right, I'm going to carry on with the face, because the eyes, this is all going to be very cream based, because cream makeup is my favourite thing. So the majority of this is going to be cream based, so I don't need to do eyes first. So I'm going to do the rest of the face. Let's start with a bit of highlight, I think. So I'm going to use the VIEVE Skin Dew. This is brand new. This is fantastic as well. So it's this glowy cream, but it's just like liquid molten gold. I mean, can you see that? I mean, it's unreal. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the texture of this is so unique. Like when I put this on my stories and I said it reminds me of the texture of Bepanthen. I don't mean it reminds me of the product, I mean it reminds me of the texture, just so you know. I realise that the Parfum is a nappy red cream. I've only ever used it for tattoos, but the Parfum has this lovely, smooth, soft, oily finish. And that's why I likened it to it, but one person messaged me and was like, is that not a bit rude calling someone's product like the Parfum? And I was like, no, the texture reminds me. I was just trying to liken it to a texture because it's so unique. Like when I put this on, like it doesn't feel like a cream. It doesn't feel like a gel. It feels like this oil-based, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. It's just so different. I mean, it's nowhere near as thick as Parfum. So maybe Parfum wasn't the best description. So I'm sorry, Jamie, if that was at all offensive. All I was trying to say was it's got an incredible texture, and maybe that compliment wasn't seen the way I meant it to. But it is just gorgeous. Can you see the way that catches the light? Wow, gonna be staying inside today then, it would seem. So I'm adding this with my finger because I can get a little bit more precision on that. And often with these sort of cream products, a bit of heat from the finger always helps. It's amazing. It's not got any glitter, it's not got any shimmer. It just looks like your skin is beaming, like it's got a big slick of oil on it with a gold undertone. Yes! So that is our highlight. Then even more dewy wonderfulness. I'm going to use the NARS Illuminator as a bit of a blush. And this, if you've seen this again, this is also extremely unique. It looks super pigmented. It's not at all. Like when you sheer this out, it almost goes like a lip gloss, like a sheer lip gloss vibe. But on the cheeks, it is rather pretty. And it just, again, it just sheers out. Okay, it happened again, guys. I filled up a card. My card didn't switch over. But we've only lost about 2 minutes worth here, I promise. All I've done is carried on applying. You also missed in the interim the loudest thunder I've genuinely ever heard in my entire life, and I wish I'd captured it on camera. I literally had to go downstairs and get a coffee just to calm my nerves after that. So anyway, I continued with the NARS, applying that, and it gave such a beautiful, very light sheer pink tone. In honesty, for the majority of people, doing both of these, you wouldn't really need to do it. If you want more of a blush shade, this would do it for you. If you want more of a highlight and then to apply a different blush over top, this is great. Don't necessarily need both, but I quite liked the effect it gave. But then I went into, which you slightly missed, I went into my Burberry palette, the Essentials Glow palette. I treated this to myself around Christmas. I think it might have been, I think it might have been like Black Friday or just after that, and I saw it online and was like, that looks like my kind of palette. 2 incredible highlights, 2 blushes, and then 2 like contoury, bronzy deep shades, which I also love to apply on my eyes. So what I started doing was I just dipped into both of these 2 blushes, and just to help pack down those creams, because obviously they're looking so dewy, which I love, but I have very dry skin, and for a lot of people, you know, it would be a lot, and it would be down their face, and it will be down my face, to be fair. So I'm just applying quite lightly a bit more of that blush over top here, making sure that grips down. But overall, I've got such a glowy, beautiful finish here, so it looks stunning. I just want to go in with some bronze, and then I'll be super happy. I'm going to use the brand new Victoria Beckham bronzers. They very kindly personalised this one for me. I have shade 01, and there are a couple of other shades that go deeper and deeper, obviously, but as light as these look right here, they pack a lot of pigment actually. I'm sure they come across darker on the skin than they look here. Gonna go in with a bronzing brush into this deeper shade. Just gonna increase that chisel a little bit, just a little bit, and wing over top, and it just to really bronze up this face a bit. Setting down the contour and just adding even more bronze tone overall to this, just under the apple of that cheek. God, the way I'm sat, I look really tense and awkward. I don't mean to be, it's because I've got camera, mirror, camera. Just trying to see everywhere. Yes, had such a beautiful glowy finish. I'll take that down the neck. For my night out in Manchester as well, I'll be freshly tanned, so my skin will be looking even more glowy than this, which would be great. at the moment. My body is quite tanned right now, but my face isn't. So that's why I'm going a little bit darker on the face than what you may have assumed I would. It's just to iron everything out. So I am loving this, oh gosh, this base. I'm gonna come a little bit closer just so you can see so far how lovely and glowy this is, a bit of a chisel. I'm really loving the way that that technique of not applying layer over layer has come out. Especially under my eyes, it looks nowhere near as caked, which is fabulous. In fact, I'm gonna add some, do you know what, I'm gonna powder at the end. I'm just gonna let my face sit a little bit and then I'll powder at the end. Okay, just quickly apply a little bit of lip balm. I'm gonna go and do my eyes just so the time I get to my lips, I'm all good. This is just a really great one for dry lips. Cicaplast, La Roche-Posay. Let that bad boy do its job. Now, okay, let's get on to the eyes, guys. So, I'm gonna use, technically, I'm gonna kind of use a priming product here because I never do, and recently I've been like, well, I really need to start doing that. So I'm gonna use the Christian Louboutin Aloe Ombre Nude Matte in layer 445. It's my kind of pinky pale skin tone. Like, it works well for me. For anyone with darker skin, this might look really pale, but if you're literally wanting a cream eyeshadow to create a cut crease, for instance, this would be amazing on dark skin. But I'm just gonna apply it all over because this, like I said, works so well for me as a kind of priming base for the eyes. It literally is almost like a concealer. Okay, that is a really great base. I am loving the way my skin looks right now. Like, genuinely in person, it looks really gorgeous and glowy. So for the eyes, I'm gonna continue with the cream vibes. I'm gonna kick off with, it's not the one I expected, but okay. I picked up the wrong pencil, but actually it's very similar. I'm gonna go with the Laura Mercier Au Naturel Caviar stick. This is gonna go into the crease of my eye. This is very cool toned. I'm mainly doing this for my own guidelines, so that when I start to apply the other products, I know how high to go on my eyelid. And it's already got a bit of a structure created. Now the magic is gonna get done with one of my favorite products, the Tom Ford little pots. This one is in Naked Bronze, cream and powder eye duo. So I'm gonna start off with this gorgeous one. Do I wanna use my fingers? Yeah, I use my finger to start with actually, just to get some product on there. Starting mainly on the outside of the lid and then bringing a little bit into the inner part of the lid. I'm just gonna go in now with a brush just to pack a bit extra on. Tiny bit, just to connect it underneath this part of the eye. I don't like to take it too far along because it does not suit me. Just a little bit of darkness in the very edge of there. And that's where you can follow those guidelines now that you created with that lighter shade in the crease, so that you don't go above it. I am loving this. This looks so pretty, but also it's so quick. Like, when I'm gonna be doing this makeup look, I'm gonna be in a hotel room with my girl mates, having a drink, all putting our makeup on together, all doing our hair. Like, I don't have time to be doing like a crazy eye look that takes forever. Like, I just wanna look amazing in the shortest amount of time. So I feel we're getting there now. Right now, the cool thing about the top of these is that they have toppers. They have these beautiful toppers on top of the other shadow, and that's where we're gonna create this amazing effect here. And in fact, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help this along a little bit. I'm gonna wet the brush. I'm gonna wet my little brush before I dip into it. You can also do this with your little finger, but I just wanna see how this goes with a brush first for a bit more precision. Primarily, I want this near the inner corner of my lid just to make this all really lovely and bright. Yeah, it's not working too badly with a brush actually. A lot better than a lot of these glitters do, but I bet you if I go in with my finger now, it'll swipe on faster. Yeah, these products always just work so well with a bit of body heat. I've literally just gone back in to my bronze, scooped up a load more product just to really pack that in. Just to help gradient that through. And that is looking so beautiful now. I'm loving that. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do this eye and then come back to you. Okay, I'm feeling so good. I'm just feeling like so good about myself right now. I'm just gonna now quickly nip into these lighter highlighty shades. Like, see what these can do now, honestly. Like, watch this. Hello. So beautiful. I just really love that inner corner being really highlighted. Last but not least, I'm just going to add a darker shadow to kind of draw a bit of a wing here. It's deep brown here in this cream. Dip into this, and what I'm going to do is draw out a little bit more of a wing. Also kind of just focusing on this outer corner. It's only quite subtle, but when my mascara goes on, it will help to just accentuate that line up just a little bit. I just find this really helps opening my eyes, personally. But I mean, you could do this with anything. If you've got like a dark brown shadow, or even just a dark brown actual eyeliner. Oh, I love that. It just really blends in with everything else. You know, it's not really harsh. It's not like a harsh black line. So it works super nice. Mascara on here. Quickly boost my lashes. And I'm going to be using one of my favourite mascaras, the Marc Jacobs Blacker at Lash'd mascara. It's really, really good, this mascara. It applies a lot of product and it's really jet black. And I just really like the wand. The wand bristles are quite sporadic, so it creates a feathery full lash. I'm actually getting my LVL done tomorrow, so my lashes for the weekend will look amazing, but for now, they're not reacting the way I'd love them to, but they will on the weekend. Small amount to my lower lashes, and then I always like to go over. I always like to remove the majority of the product that I've applied, just so they're almost stained a little bit black, but it's just so it's like barely there. Yeah, just so you can barely really see that I've got any mascara on. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of powder on, I think, now. Before I do that though, I'm just gonna nip into a NARS concealer, just because when I'm going out, I just love to apply a little extra concealer usually, and it's nice because we're not packing up 3 layers on. This is just a slight second layer. I've just gone straight into the pot with my blending sponge. It's just to go over this area, just in case there was somehow any fallout from anything that I've applied, but also at this point I can see if I just want to lighten up that area a little bit more or not. Great, it's just that perfecting finishing touch. Okay, powder. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay. Everything is so dirty with finger marks. This is the Urban Decay Naked The Fix in 40 NN. And I really like this because it does apply some product. It's not just a very translucent powder. You'll get a certain amount of coverage with this. So for nights out and things, you just get that extra little bit. If you want to go more natural, this might not be the powder for you, but it definitely just adds a little more perfecting. I'm literally applying that through the T-zone. It's definitely a little bit more mattifying as well, so it's taken off a bit of that shine that we had. Do you know what, I'm going to do, I hate doing brows, I'm going to do lips first, because I can't be bothered doing that. I'm going to go in with my Victoria Beckham lip definer. Look how tiny this is, that's how much I use this particular liner. So I'll scope out the Cupid's bow, and like I showed you in our last tutorial, I like to overline. So I've scoped out the Cupid's bow, then I've gone from the inner corner and joined it to where the top of the Cupid's bow was. Got that really rounded, like if you have your hand gently on your chin, you can use it as a pivot point. And that's how you get a really rounded edge to your lips. I love that shape. Favourite lip liner by Miles. The NARS Lip Pigment in Le Freak. Almost matches Victoria Beckham lip liner, but in a pigment. Pat that in, take away any excess. The NARS again, NARS Air Matte in All Yours. Do you know what? I've been calling this pink nude, and I think it's because on the website it's described as pink nude, and I thought that was the name of the shade. It's not, it's called All Yours. I'm going to add this to the very middle. Just to add a touch of gradient. And because we're going out, I'm going to put on some lip gloss. Mine's broken, so mine opens here instead of via the actual bit, but I'm not getting rid of this because it's my favourite lip gloss. Don't need a lot, this is shiny. Yeah, that's the Dior in 640. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we'll do the brows then if we have to. I'm going to use the brow defining pencil from Lancome in Blonde 02. I really quite like this because it's got a tiny, tiny little nib. Going into the Refi brow sculpt. Just quite enjoying this one at the moment. And then just over top, now and again I only do this, if I can be bothered. This is the Dior Show Pump and Brow, and it's in a 002, so it's quite a dark shade, especially for my blonde brows. But quite often I like to just very lightly kind of brush this over the brows that kind of flatten down, just to add a touch more pigment. What I'm going to do this time, just to prove to myself which is better, I'm going to apply some of the Dior Show now before I slick them. My only worry with doing it beforehand is that when I slick them down, it's going to take all the product with it up onto my face. So that's usually why I do it later, but it would make more sense to do it first. So let's see which works better. It is great that, just for a little touch of colour. It's not going to hold your brows in place. If you want them to be really up, like I do, they're not going to hold them in place, but they do add a lovely colour on there. Do you know, I've been recording so long, I'm not even seeing my phone. Is anyone trying to get hold of me? Yeah, just got Josie's texting me. I'll get back to her in a minute. Get that on. The proof is in the slicking. I'm just extra cautiously careful. Maybe I'll be fine. Be careful. This brow's actually looking pretty good today for once. This is usually the one I hate. I think this one's looking better than this one. I still haven't plucked my eyebrows in. When I went to Bora Bora, how long is that? 3 years? 3 years ago? I've not plucked my eyebrows since then. I've let them grow. Not looking too bad for that, I suppose. They're a lot thicker than they used to be, which is what I was after. Okay, I'm really quite liking those guys. Yeah. I mean, they're not twins. They're also not all over my face. They're looking pretty similar. Great, and then at this point, this is the bit where when you're done and you're like, I look great, this is where you can go in and just add those final little touches. So I just want to add a touch more bronze. Touch more bronze. Just over the cheeks a little bit. I feel like I just need a bit of warmth in there. So, a bit over my nose, a bit here, a bit up here. No doubt with me going to Manchester and going out, I'll put it all over. And final touch, Urban Decay All Nighter. Massively helps. Might look well bougie, but it'll set that down now. Perfume of choice will be the new Cyprus Pantelleria from Armani Privé. Ooh, fresh, aquatic, island breeze, frickin' beaut. I think that's it. I think I'm actually ready to go out. I need to film lots today because I look glam. I look really glam. Just not digging my hair. I didn't air wrap it. I straightened it the other day. It's not my usual vibe. I'll definitely have curly hair for the night out. Okay, so a lot of you asked for natural light, so I thought I'd film this on my phone because it's probably the least forgiving of the cameras. So this is my makeup. I'm just stood in the light here trying to get really natural light. This is the makeup finished. Do that glowy cheek. Yeah, and the eyeshadow looks gorgeous. Let me try and get you a bit in direct sunlight as well. Below it. Where does this light come from? God knows. quite nice actually seeing it in the different lights. It's like, looks nice here. Looks fabulous here. I'll just quickly show you this close up. I love it. Honestly, if I can achieve this on Saturday whilst slightly intoxicated, then I'm doing well. We are done. I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Also, how many of you are going out on Saturday? Let me know. Maybe I'll see you there. In fact, if you see me out in Manchester on Saturday, make sure you say hi, because I always like to say hey to people. If you've got this far in the video, leave me a little white heart. Why not? It's always so nice to see that. If you loved the video, please do give it a like. It's amazing to know if you loved it or not. And if you are brand new, please make sure you press subscribe. Again, it's fab to have you. Just let me know what makeup look you'd like to see next and I will whip something together for you. I'm really enjoying putting these makeup videos together, so I hope you're enjoying them. I will love you and leave you here, guys. Have a good time on your night out and I'll see you soon. Bye!